वो आज ना ऑनलाइन पार्टिसिपेंट्स। लैपटॉप लाया आप में से कोई? लैपटॉप लाए? अगर वैसे तो आज का जो वो है सेशन वर्कशॉप थी मार्केटिंग क्लाउड के लिए, तो अगर आप मार्केटिंग क्लाउड साथ साथ यूज करना चाह रहे हैं, जो एक्टिविटी मैं परफॉर्म करूंगा, तो उसमें लॉग इन कर लें आप लैपटॉप में। हाँ, अगली दफा इवेंट फेयर है। हाँ हाँ, मेरा बिल अभी तो स्नान किया है, स्नान तो बहुत टाइम लग चुका है। और करूँ और फिर वो आपको याद के लिए दो चार के अलावा रैप में भी नहीं आना होगा। फिजिकली आप होते हो ज्यादा इतना लगता है कि आप डायरेक्ट बात करते हैं। ओपन टाइप है। सेंटर वाले इवेंट भी कर दो। उसमें वैसे सिर्फ हमें लगता है कि हर इवेंट में आ जाता है क्लास जुम्मा से एक बार हो। अच्छा, बच्चे को पेपर चल रहे हैं उसके साथ फ्राइडे सैटरडे उस टाइम का आया तो फेस देख सी रहते हैं सेशन किस साइड होते हैं जब हाँ, यूजर नेम पासवर्ड आपके साथ स्क्रीन पर आ जाएगा अभी। जस्ट ये मार्केटिंग क्लाउड आपको वैसे यूज करना आता है? चलिए, अच्छा। मोबाइल पे खुल तो जाएगा मोबाइल पे, लेकिन ये मोबाइल फ्रेंडली है नहीं। 6 4 ब्रॉडकास्टिंग का है। डाटा चल रहा है, डाटा नहीं तो डाटा खत्म हो गया है। इनसे जरा प्रसन्न ख्याल से इससे ये ब्रॉडकास्टिंग एक जरा ये सर पासवर्ड क्या बताया था याद है? 27 5 6 वैसा ही था। 3 7 5 इसका ये पासवर्ड लगा हुआ है आपका? स्कैन हो जाएगा वाईफाई का पासवर्ड? मेरे पास आईपी कनेक्ट होगा नहीं कर बस इनको मोबाइल पे कनेक्ट करके दे दें वो भी हो। हाँ ये लिखा है।
ये मार्केटिंग क्लाउड की लॉगिन करने की हुआ है सर। कराची करेंगे, मैं कर दूं। कर भी एक्सपीरियंस है, ये भी एक्सपीरियंस है, ये भी कर लूं क्योंकि इसका प्रोसेस लिखा हुआ है, इसको फॉलो करना होगा लॉगिन करने के लिए। तो वैसे चलेगा डेस्कटॉप व्यू में ही। सही है, मोबाइल का इसका व्यू अलग से नहीं। मैं वो नहीं डेस्कटॉप व्यू ना भी करो तब भी डेस्कटॉप पे ही चलेगा। हाँ हाँ, तो देखिए नीचे नहीं होगा टूल एंड टेम्पररी कोड में सही लैंग्वेज बना। अब
ये ऑडियंस में बैठे हुए कुछ लोग नजर आएंगे सबको। आ जाए आप।
हाँ, मुझे इनिशियली यही था कि शायद ये ऑनलाइन ही हो जाएगा लास्ट सेशन। एडिटिंग करके हमको 4 मिनट वीएफएक्स लगा रहे थे।
ये मतलब हमें
या हाँ, तो नीचे देखो ऑप्शन आ रहा है ना, ये वाला ऑप्शन, ये वाला ऑप्शन, ये वाला ऑप्शन कर, ये वाला कोड लिखा हुआ है। ये बहुत बड़ा बड़ा लग रहा हो। अच्छा, स्टार्ट कर लें हसन भाई। हाँ सर। ओके, ये आपके पास स्पीकर खुला हुआ है? मेरी आवाज आ रही है? एक दफा, एक दफा चेक कर ले, मेरे ख्याल से सही है। जरूरत नहीं है माइक तो यहाँ पे। ओके, अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। So we are starting with our last session for Marketing Cloud training series. So before that, we have completed 7 sessions. This is the eighth session technically, but this is the second part of session 7th session that we did last week. So till now, what we have done in Marketing Cloud is you have been introduced to Marketing Cloud and its various functionalities and what its capabilities are. So right now, what my intention is with this session is with the hope and the possibility that you guys can get a hands-on practice on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, right? So in this session, we are mainly covering the engagement journeys. You know, Marketing Cloud has Journey Studio, so we will be building a very simple journey, and you get to hands-on on the Marketing Cloud instance as well as create a journey by yourself. So that is the intention. So let's just move forward. And before we move forward, I also want to thank you, the every participant who has been with us for throughout this training series. So just to give a glimpse, so this is the eighth session. Before that, we have had 7 sessions, and there has been an average participation of 50 plus users, and most of the previous sessions were online. So these were conducted through the Trailblazer community, and then the video recorded sessions are also available on YouTube channel. And there are approximately 650 plus views on YouTube channel when combined. And those who haven't attended the previous sessions can watch the videos on YouTube. So this is the ad session, but initial 3 sessions were conducted by another speaker, that is Asfar Ahmed. and the last 5 sessions are conducted by me. So, yep. And this is the agenda for today's session. So, with this intention that we get to hands-on Marketing Cloud, we will be able to create a new email template and also interact with the data extensions, create a new journey, and engage one-to-one with subscribers. So this is a recap of what we have covered so far in Marketing Cloud. So we started with Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement and production. So we know that it is a platform that helps you engage one-to-one with your customers. It has multiple studios available that you can use for this purpose. So we will mainly be using Email Studio, Web Studio, Journey Builder, and Automation Studio. In our previous sessions, we have also covered the AMP script, that is the scripting language used in Salesforce Marketing Cloud to dynamically populate data in your email templates or mobile messages or anything else, or web pages, for example. So we have studied or learned dynamic emails and dynamic web pages and built the web pages also. In our previous sessions, we have conducted demonstration as well. And we have also covered server-side JavaScript, which is another scripting language in Marketing Cloud. And then we have also covered Salesforce Marketing Cloud APIs. So once again, if you haven't covered these areas before, you can watch the previously recorded sessions on YouTube. Okay, so let's get started with our today's workshop. So the idea is to give a hands-on to every user who is physically available here. So these are the credentials that you can use to log in to the Marketing Cloud instance. So let me share my screen with you and I will tell you how to begin. So let's just start with from the very beginning. So this is the Marketing Cloud URL. What you have to do is access Marketing Cloud using this URL. So I believe I have it shared with you people already. So what you do is type in the username that is shared on the slides with you. Yeah. And use the password. So I have enabled temporary login to the public users using the temporary verification code. So what you can do is, so this is multi-factor authentication. So you say, I didn't receive a notification. And then you get the option to choose another verification method, right? So here you can see the option of temporary code. You select this option and type in the verification code that you can see on the screen. So once you have it, you will be able to log into the Salesforce Marketing Cloud instance. So this is my private instance, but I have temporarily given you access, and this is valid for 24 hours. So you can log in again and again using the same verification method for the next 24 hours. So if in case it expires and you would want to practice on your own on some other day, so you can contact me personally on WhatsApp, or you can contact the community admins and reach out to me. I will be able to generate a new verification code for you that you can use for the next 24 hours then, right? So once you have logged into the Marketing Cloud, this is how you see the first screen. So let me just go to the home screen. So this is a screen that we have been seeing for the past few sessions as well. So we have explored Email Studio, Content Builder, Web Studio, and now today we are going to explore the Journey Builder. So what you can see here in the menu options, we have Journey Builder. And I am directly hopping into the Journey Builder. So before I start with Journey Builder, just to give an overview. So till now, what we have done is we have built email templates. We have seen how we can send these email templates to the audience. But when you are using Marketing Cloud, its essence lies in the Journey Builder. So basically what you want to do is automate the whole engagement journey for your subscribers. So let's say you have a process set up. For example, someone on your website purchases a product and he receives an email automatically that you have purchased this product and these are your order details, this is your invoice, right? So these type of email notifications or engagements can be configured through this journey. And another example can be the one that we did in our previous session. We have developed an event registration form, right? So with that form, what we will be doing today is when someone registers through the event form, what we want to do is send them an email notification that thank you for registering, and then we will continue with our journey. So let me share the path that I have built for you. So till now, what we have done is we have built the email template, right? In our previous session, what we did is build a dynamic email. So what it does when you send an email to the community members, it checks the interest type of the community members. So for example, let's say there are 4 to 5 members and they are interested in different kind of Salesforce community events. So someone may be interested in Agent Force, someone may be interested in marketing events, someone may be interested in general, all of the events. So it decides which events to send in the email to that particular community member. So that's what we did in our previous sessions. Then now moving forward, we are using a journey to continue the engagement with that user or subscriber, right? So what happens is when you send in community email to any user and he registers for the event, and then we want to check if that user has registered, then we want to send a confirmation email or thank you email to that user. So thank you for registering. This is a confirmation that you have registered. This is the event URL. Similar to that, what we receive when you register for the community event that happens virtually, right? So if the user does not register, we do not want to perform any action. But then again, we want to send a confirmation email, and then we want to check if the user has opened or previewed the previous email that we sent to them. So there is a dynamic engagement option in Marketing Cloud that you can use, which tracks the activity of the email, which helps you to track whether the user has viewed or opened the email or performed some action on the email that you sent out. So we want to see if the user has viewed the email, then what we want to do is send a survey email as an optional email. So if I receive an email and I open the email, it will trigger another email for me after some time that I will receive, and we will see these email templates in a few moments. So what we want to do for those users who have opened the confirmation email after some time, we want their feedback, which means that they have been our members for a long time, and we want them to fill a survey for the events that how their experience has been in our past events, right? But if they haven't opened our previous email, we simply want to skip that email. And what we will do is send an email event reminder notification. So let's say the event is scheduled after 1 week from now, and I registered for the event today. So I want to send an email reminder notification 1 day before the event, right? So that's the activity that we will be performing today, and this is what you do with Journey Builder. And 1 day before, you send an reminder notification, and when the event starts, for example, we want to set up another email notification that event is going to start within 15 minutes. So this is the URL for you to join the event. So these are the things that we can configure through the journey. So you can see that this is a one-to-one engagement. So let's say there are 10 community members who have registered for the event. So this journey will evaluate for each one separately. And this will be one-to-one engagement. So this is how normal journey flow looks like. And this is what we will be building today in our session, right? So let me hop back to the Marketing Cloud and Journey Builder. And just to show you, we have previously built all of the email templates. So if I can go to the content builder. So content builder, this is what you use to build email templates. And previously we have built multiple event templates. I just want to show to those who are attending the session for the very first time. So this is the email template we have built previously. So for example, if I simply preview the email, just to show you how this works. So you can see I have selected a subscriber from a particular data extension that holds the information that we want to send the email to. And when this email is sent to that user, for example, in this case, this is my dummy data. So this is how the email is going to appear in his inbox, right? So it says how do you assert and with all the event information that is populated, and this is dynamic. What does it? What it means is, so you can see it has the interest selected as general. So my interest is generally in all the sessions that are happening in Karachi community, right? But there are some other users who may not be interested in general sessions. So for example, there's a user called Pat, and his interests are marketing and agent force. So when he receives the email, he will only be receiving the upcoming events related to those particular categories, right? So you can see the email is dynamically populated. And for example, that is general once again. Yep. So that's how this email is configured. So it will send the upcoming event. So this is November, and it shows that there are a few events scheduled in December also, and the email will hold the data for those events. And where this data is coming from, it is coming from the data extension that we had also created in our one of our previous sessions. So if I go to the contact builder, so you can access the data extensions from contact builder. Okay. And those who have logged in, they can access the same preview as well. So you can go to the contact builder from the instance that you have logged into, and go to the data extensions just to view. So this is to share an experience with the users who have never previously uh, got the chance to hands-on marketing cloud. So this is your chance now. So right now I'm in data extensions, and the data that we were viewing in the email is coming from this data extension called community members. So I have input some dummy data in this data extension. So this is the data that we have, and based on this data, the email is rendered dynamically. So now we have seen the email, we have seen the data extension, and that's what we are going to use in our journey builder. So back to the journey builder, I hit create new journey. And what we want to do is create a multi-step journey. So you can simply create a single send journey as well, a transactional send journey. But in this scenario, we will be creating a multi-step journey, which means basically we want to create a journey with uh, our own terms and use all of its activities or its sources that are available. Because when we use single send journey, it will restrict us to limited activities that are available in journey. So I hit create. So this is the view that you get when you create a new journey. It is, if I say, it is very similar to Salesforce Flow. So if you have guys experienced how the Salesforce Flow works, so this view is pretty much similar to that. So inside the journey builder, what we want to do, what you would always do is start with an entry source, right? So we want to engage with subscribers. So there has to be an entry source that where the subscribers reside. So in our case, it is data extension, but it can be anything. For example, the data can come directly from Salesforce contacts, and the data could also come from an external event. For example, when a user submits a web form on your website, you want to trigger that as an event and uh, use that event to populate the data in this journey. So what will happen is that subscriber will automatically be added into this journey, and the journey process will begin. And for in this example, what we are going to do is I'm going to drag and drop the data extension entry source here. So now you can see it let me select the data extension that we want for this journey to interact with. So basically what it means is this data extension holds the data of subscriber to those the email will be sent to, or those who will be engaging, who we will be engaging with throughout this journey. So once again, I'm selecting the community members data extension. And again, you can also apply some filters. So for example, there is a huge amount of data in your data extension, and you want to filter out a specific category. For example, you have customers data, and they are divided by, let's say, loyalty tier. So this has been a customer for past 6 months or past 1 year. So you can use the filter criteria to only engage those audiences who meet the specific criteria. But in this example, I want all of the subscribers from this data extension. Once the data extension is added and as the entry source, then what we want to do is send an email notification when someone has registered for the event, right? So previously, what we have seen is uh, we created the email template and sent it out to the subscribers for them to register. For this journey, what I want to do is that this journey should be triggered only when someone has completed the registration form, right? So for that, I'm using this data extension, and then I'm scrolling down to the activities. This is a canvas for Marketing Cloud where you can see multiple options available. From the activities, you can see there are a few options such as sending an email, SMS, or push notification if you have those settings configured. In this example, we are using email. So I'll drag and drop the email item from the canvas on the journey flow, and I hit email. So this will help you either choose an existing email or directly create a new email template. So for this demonstration, I have created an email template already. What I'm going to do is select a message, and there is an email template built by me that says thank you to the subscriber who have already registered the email. So normally what you would do is you have a list of subscribers or you have a public form that you have set it live on your website, and when someone registers or completes the form, then you want this journey to be triggered. And what happens is we have a page setup. Let me show you that as well. So in one of our previous sessions, we also built a landing page to register for the events. So for example, the email template that we have seen here, it has a button called register. So when someone clicks this register button, okay, let's try something else. So this email is probably configured with another page that is not available in this example. But this is a cloud page that we have previously created, and I have linked this page into the data extension from which the data is populated. I will show you in a bit. So once you had to add it, so this is the URL of the public page. So I can go to this page, and you can see this is an event registration form. So I can fill out this form, and what it will do is create a new entry in the data extension. So with our previous example, so if I go to the upcoming events data extension, what you can see here is I have the sessions that are being populated in the data extension, right? And it has a cloud page ID. So this is what we have associated with the email. So this is the cloud page ID. Normally it should be the ID of this page, but I think this is a different page. Let's update that. Yeah. So this is a different cloud page ID, and that is why the email is probably not working. And that is only because I'm logged into a different user. So if I can hop back to let's just not do that. So the idea is when someone registers through this web form, an entry is created into the data extension, and that data extension we are using in the journey builder, right? I think I have selected the wrong data extension here. So when someone registers, this is the data extension that the data lands into. Community event registrations. I think my internet is being a bit problematic here. So back to the data extensions, we have this community event registration data extension, and it is linked to the web page that we have built already. Hassan bhai, charger to connect करिएगा. So in this data extension, what happens is whenever someone submits this form, and नहीं मेरे बैग में होगा इसमें से. आ जाएगा. Let me switch the position. Just in time. Hopefully, I'm audible to all from here as well. जी, जरूरत नहीं है इसकी. चलो. Okay, so this is a web page that we built in one of our previous sessions. So what happens is when you fill out the details in this page, and a new entry is automatically created into this data extension. And this is a data extension that we want to use in our example to send the email notification to the users who have registered for the event, right? So when they have registered, what I want to do is send them a thank you email. So I have drag and drop the thank you email onto the canvas of this journey. So let me just show you how the email looks like. So once again, this is a dynamic email. It uses the personalization strings to populate the data. And let me select the particular data extension to preview how this email is going to look like to subscribers. Sure. Right. So when someone registers, we want to send them this a simple notification email that thank you for registering. So if you happen to have any problem, you can contact us with this email, which can be populated dynamically as well. So this is the first step of our journey, and we will have many steps throughout this process. So once the journey is configured, there are some settings that you would want to configure for the email template as well. So in this example, I have some configurations set up already, and this is a default. So when you send an email, if you remember in our very first session, Asfar has gone through, has explained very properly what the commercial or transactional email is. In our scenario, this is a commercial email. So this is what we want to do is send an activity out to the subscriber who have registered for the event. So there is difference between commercial email and transactional email. So transactional email can be something that, for example, like a password reset email, like, right? When someone registered, we want to send them an verification email or a password reset email. So that is a transactional email. So that is sent to one user at a time. Whereas for commercial events, what happens is you send an email to a large audience. For example, this event notification, and the users also have the ability to unsubscribe from that marketing email. And that is why we use the commercial configuration in Marketing Cloud. So this is configured to use my email as from email. So this is what the users will get the email from. And if I want, I can change the configuration to transactional, but every country has different rules and regulations, right? So you have to follow the configuration accordingly. So if you do not, there is actually a very huge fine, not in Pakistan, but when you are working in United States or Canada or Australia. So if there happens to be a problem that you send a notification email to a user who has already unsubscribed from your email, so he can actually file a case against you, and there is a huge fine against that, right? So we have added one email template in our journey. And what was the next step in our journey? Let's hop back to the did I close? But there it is. So the next step was we want to see if the user has opened the email or not. So what I can do here is I will add some control elements on the journey canvas. So starting with, normally when you do is what you want to do is you have sent an email and you want to wait for a few minutes or some time to let the user view the email. And after some time, you want to see what action the user has performed. And with Journey Builder, you can do exactly that. So in the Journey Builder canvas, you can see there are some control elements available. So there are quite a few that are very, very useful. For example, decision is split or engagement is split. So in this example, let's drag and drop the engagement split here. Okay. So you see, when I drag and drop this onto the canvas, it says it is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? As I just mentioned, we first need to wait for some time for the email to be sent out to the subscriber and let it be processed through the system. So whenever you send an email, so it is a requirement to use a wait activity after an email sent, right? So for example, what I want to do is use wait by duration activity after the email is sent. So how long we want to wait? For in this example, we want to wait for, let's say, 3 minutes or 2 minutes only. But typically when you use Journey to send out an email, you at least put a duration of 1 day to allow the user to view the email or take some perform some action against it. So the minimum delay should at least be 1 day, and then the next activity starts. So the thank you email is sent out, and we want to wait for 2 minutes in this example. So what happens after 2 minutes? We want to check if the user has opened the email or not. And surely 2 minutes is very short time, but for our example, this is good. And after this, I can drag and drop the engagement split activity from the canvas. So if you see what it does, it allows me to select the email template that we have sent previously in the journey. So for example, in this example, we have just one email template. If we had multiple, I could select one from those email templates as well. So what I want to do is select the email and configure the matrices. You can see here it allows me to check different matrices against the email. So what I want to track in this example is whether the user has opened the email or not within the previous 2 minutes. So normally this will be 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. But let's say within 2 minutes, the user has opened the email, and then I want to process the journey to the next stage. So you can also use clicks. So what happens is sometimes you have added a call to action button inside an email, such as the register button that we had. So we can also track that activity that the user has clicked on particular email, particular link inside the email. It can be a call to action. It can be preference, email preference, or subscription center URL that we have at the very bottom, or it can be social links for your website or LinkedIn page. So you can track those activities with this journey, and you can dynamically organize your journey accordingly. So for this example, we are tracking the opens of the email. So when the email is opened, you can see it has automatically added 2 paths. So after